Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and have I got a huge warning to share with you today, and just a major heads up to all Donald Trump supporters or anyone who is conservative, anyone who is Christian, anyone who is very patriotic. There is now a malicious attempt underway to discredit and take out Donald Trump supporters and silence them. And it's not only been malicious attempts on my channel. I've had people trying to censor me. I had Google Analytics trying to bring my numbers, messing with my stuff. I've had videos unmonetized, removed, everything, and the whole 9 yards. But that's not all. It's really expanding and things have gotten worse. Check out this report from naturalnews.com, and it's by Mike Adams, written on February 16th. And it states, breaking: health ranger, that's himself, Mike Adams, threatened by left-wing media goons. Destroy Alex Jones or we will destroy you. Now, the report goes on to detail how he was specifically harassed by the left and given a thumb drive with a threat warning on it, telling him to basically expose Alex Jones, or they're going to discredit his reputation. They're going to tear him apart and silence him altogether if he doesn't do something about Alex Jones and basically not stand by him. Now, he also goes on to report that this is because he went on his channel as, I guess he subbed in for him or something at some point, and now he is being harassed to avoid him and discredit Alex Jones at all costs. He even was offered $50,000 to take that stand, and Mike Adams rightfully denied their request and said, you know, basically, no, I ain't doing that for you. I'm going to expose you for who you are. But it's these kinds of malicious attempts that are happening across the board, especially to the bigger channels, those who have more views, those who have more people looking at them. Anyone that is conservative in nature, anyone that is a nationalist, wants to stand with their country, is being attacked. And here's the thing, it's kicking them in the rear end, because the more that they attack us, the more the American people start turning in and tuning in, because we know as American people that when people get harassed, that's what they're trying to silence, and that's exactly what you and I need to get onto and you and I need to know. Now, I put out a report on January 28th, also exposing David Barak's media. He's the founder of Media Matters, but a memo that he put out called Democracy Matters: Strategic Plan for America, as you can see on the screen here. Now, I warned everybody at the beginning of this year that that would happen, that they would increase in intensity against Trump supporters, against conservatives. And I knew this specifically because, well, we know because of what's going on, but not only that, but we knew by this document, which David Barak met with about 100 other of his supporters, because he, you know, Media Matters, I don't even know why they call it a charity. It shouldn't be a charity. It's a freaking political organization, but that's aside from the point. Needless to say, he got together with 100 of his donors and they discussed this document here on the screen. Now, this document encourages defamation and targeting of Trump supporters and conservatives. It pushes riots, protests, activism, violence if necessary, though it doesn't mention that. And here's just a few quotes from page 2 of the source. And it says, in the next 4 years, Media Matters plans to continue its core mission of disarming right-wing misinformation while leading the fight against the next generation of conservatives, meaning anyone who has that conservative view, that's who they're coming after. The proliferation of fake news, that should be his organization because they are fake news, and propaganda now threatening the country's information ecosystem. Then he gets into what it will look like, and I don't want to go back and go through because on January 28th, they went through the entire document there, but I just want to retouch on it for what's happening. Serial misinformers and right-wing propagandists inhibit everything from social media to the highest levels of government. Internet and social media platforms like Google and Facebook are no longer uncritically and without consequence host and enrich fake news sites and propagandists. In other words, Media Matters has on his side Google and Facebook, both of whom, and I encourage you guys, if you're using Google Chrome, use something else. Have Safari or Fox or, a Firefox, any of those other outlets there, because we are being censored on Google Chrome, we are being censored on Google. We're being pushed to the bottom of the barrel. And so the only way that our information is getting out, if you, the viewer, shares it with somebody out there. So please make sure you are doing that and getting the word out. If not my channel, some truther channel out there that you're sharing the news with. But it gets into how the toxic right alternative media fueled harassment campaigns and how they plan to stop it. But the report further details 3 different organizations that they use: Share Blue, Media Matters, and I think Crew, maybe. I'm blanking on the third one. But needless to say, these organizations that they're going to use, and they were going to hire a whole crew of disinformation agents to scour the net and discredit YouTube channels like mine. Something that we see happening on every level. This is just huge information. And I'm not the only channel experiencing this. There's many channels out there. And this is something that we need to continue to bolster and get out there, because they really want to silence us. And look, there's movements being started. Look what's happening with Marine Le Pen there in France. We have a nationalist who loves her country, and she wants to build up her country and not be part of the European Union, not be part of the New World Order. And she is booming in the polls. And now they're attempting to silence her by pinning some stuff or having her father expose some stuff on her father. Anybody that is pro their country, anybody that loves their country is the target. Why? Because we don't want New World Order money. We don't want New World Order chaos. We don't want to be run by a bunch of bankers. And there are lots of people. This is a movement, and it's happening, and it's going to go down in history. And we need to be a part of that history. We need to be a part of sharing the information before they shut us down completely, because we've got to do everything to stop that. I know I went on Donald Trump's Twitter page today, and I left a positive comment. All of a sudden, whoop, where did it go? Get pushed to the bottom of the barrel, and only negative comments are allowed to go up the feed. That's a style of censorship. So get on his Twitter page, follow him on Twitter, and see what I'm talking about and do it yourself. You can see on there. But this is the type of vivid attack, and we know anytime that someone is being attacked like that, it's usually anti-globalist, anti-corrupt establishment. Obviously, we need a form of government. We just don't need the New World Order running our country, because we all know how that ends. It's crazy, and things are really heating up. And you know, here's the other thing I wanted to mention. They keep saying Russia and Russia this. They even blame Le Pen. She's a Russian agent. It's almost laughable now, needless to say. And but nonetheless, I found a report also on WikiLeaks.com. And as you see on the screen here, WikiLeaks has just dropped a bombshell that basically Obama and Hillary Clinton tried to mess with the election in France. Well, interesting. That report, I think it was the election back in 2012. But here they are trying to pin election fraud and on Donald Trump, saying he was in league with the Russians, and Mike Flynn dropped down because of, well, you know, his correspondence with Russia. But all of a sudden you have mainstream media linking in the election again, saying, oh, he dropped because he shared information about that. No, it had to do with sanctions, not the election. But needless to say, that's what we have going on. But meanwhile, the corrupt side, none of their dirt is being exposed, except on alternative media channels. And here we had 2 of our, one former president, one, you know, Hillary Clinton, presidential candidate, that very well had their hands, and this is all leaked by WikiLeaks, in other countries' elections. Not to mention the Israeli election. They had their hand in that as well. Obama gave money to fight Netanyahu. Anyhow, that's aside from the point that I wanted to bring, but this is your forewarning. Please know that they are targeting, they are doing malicious activity against YouTubers, against websites, against you know, censorship on Facebook. So if you start getting censored, please say something about it on all your social media outlets, so people know what's being censored and why it's being censored. And so we can continue to fight that information war, because look, the more they censor us, the louder we're going to be. That's just the truth. Even though they quiet it on some aspects, there's other ways that we can get the information across, and we're winning the information war. Please stand strong during this time. With Donald Trump in the presidency, the battle has just begun, and an information battle, cleaning out the swamp battle, and we need to just keep him in prayer. And we do know that we are living in the biblical end times spoken of by Bible prophecy. There's lots of events playing out, lots of things underway. But so keep all that in mind as well. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest on all of that. If you like what you heard, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, and follow me. That is a main way to stay in contact, and click that little bell. Also, getthetea.com has some of the most amazing health products I have ever had. The Super Strength Tea will clean you out and keep your gut from feeling heavy. I used to have that heavy feeling in my gut all the time. And since I've been on his Super Strength Tea and the D365, which I'll flip-flop between the two, then I have a lot better digestive system. Things are flowing better. And when you have a clean gut, it prevents a lot of things in health issues with your body in the future. So please make sure you are getting on some of those, and it helps fund what I do here as well. So that's on getthetea.com. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven signing out.